All right. So today we're going to dig into something a lot of folks find surprisingly rewarding.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the hobby of gardening. And, if you're like us, you love getting those key insights without having to wade through tons of reading.
Right.
So think of this as your express lane to understanding why getting your hands a little dirty can be so beneficial.
Yeah, exactly. We've got a real world story here
Okay.
about how someone's just, you know, basic curiosities about plants turned into this really enriching part of their life with some pretty amazing benefits you might not even think about.
I love that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
first off, for anyone picturing sprawling estates and fancy
Right.
greenhouses,
Right.
what are we actually talking about when we say gardening?
Yeah. So we're really getting down to the core of it here, which
Sure.
is cultivating plants.
Hmm.
Could be anything,
Yeah.
from planting a few bright flowers annuals that give you that quick pop of color
Mm.
to setting up a veggie patch for fresh salads or even going for the long game and tending to some fruit trees.
Right.
Really, it's all about actively getting involved in helping things grow.
Love it.
Yeah.
So tell me about this particular journey.
Yeah.
How did this all get started for this person?
So rewind about 5 years.
Okay.
Our source moved to a place with a small backyard, nothing crazy.
Hmm.
And they started simple, just a few, low maintenance flowers
Yeah.
just to liven up the space and see some quick results, which is always encouraging.
Right.
But here's what's cool.
Yeah.
That little spark grew into this whole interest in growing their own food.
Hmm.
Veggies, fruit, the whole shebang. It wasn't like an overnight thing, more like this gradual, expansion fueled by curiosity and little wins along the way.
So that brings me to my next question.
Yeah.
What were the unexpected joys that kept this person hooked?
Oh, there were a few that really stood out.
Okay.
The first one, and this is huge, is just the pure relaxation and stress reduction that came with it.
Right.
They talked about this wave of calm washing over them just minutes after starting to work in the garden.
Wow.
Almost meditative,
Yeah.
focusing on something tangible surrounded by greenery.
Hmm.
And get this, studies actually suggest that even just touching soil
Interesting.
can release mood-boosting hormones.
Wow. I am not surprised.
Right.
There's definitely something therapeutic about being out there with plants.
Absolutely. And don't underestimate the physical activity part of it either. All
Yes.
that digging, planting, weeding.
Yeah.
It's all gentle exercise, which is great for your well-being.
Hmm.
And they mentioned feeling this good, kind of tired after gardening.
Right.
Not like the drained, wiped out feeling you get after a crazy day.
Okay, yeah, that's a different kind of tiredger, for sure.
Explain.
So a workout for the mind and body.
Exactly.
What else kept them coming back for more?
The sense of achievement was huge for them. Like seeing a tiny seed sprout or harvesting a ripe tomato, that you nurtured yourself.
It's got to feel good.
Oh, yeah. They even joked about how their first attempts at growing basil were like these sad little twigs.
Oh.
So when they finally nailed it,
Yep.
it was a serious victory,
Right.
a real point of pride.
Okay, so beyond the personal enjoyment factor here,
Mm-hmm.
let's talk actual benefits.
Okay.
What tangible good stuff came from this hobby?
Well, a major one is having access to crazy fresh organic food.
Mm-hmm.
Homegrown produce just tastes better.
It does.
It's more nutritious than store-bought stuff, and you have complete control over what goes into it.
You know exactly what you're getting.
Exactly. Plus, you save money over time.
Sure.
And some gardeners even get into sharing their extras with neighbors.
Yeah.
Which is great for building community.
Yeah, I love that.
It's not just about the food, though.
What else?
Gardening gives you this real connection with nature.
Mm-hmm.
You start to tune into the season. You see the life cycles of plants up close and personal.
Right.
It's like having a front row seat to these little miracles happening right in your backyard.
It's like slowing down and actually noticing things we often miss in our busy lives.
Exactly. And on that note, our source also highlighted something I found really interesting.
With that.
Patience.
Oh, yeah.
Plants do their own thing at their own pace.
Right.
You can't rush them.
You can try.
You can try, but you can't rush them. And this teaches you patience
Mm-hmm.
and the beauty of delayed gratification.
So looking at the big picture,
Yeah.
what's the main takeaway from this deep dive into one person's gardening experience?
I think it shows us that gardening is way more than just a hobby.
Okay.
It's a holistic activity.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just filling time, it's actively improving your well-being.
Right.
Less stress, more physical activity or production with nature,
Yeah,
and even healthier food.
I like it.
It's about cultivating growth in more ways than one.
So for everyone listening out there, even if a full-blown garden seems out of reach right now,
Yeah.
think about this. What's one small way you could bring a little more nature into your life? Maybe it's a single potted herb on your windowsill, a
Right.
little succulent on your desk.
Yeah.
Could that give you even a fraction of that same calmness, a moment of mindful activity,
Yeah.
that quiet satisfaction of watching something thrive? Definitely something to think about.
Definitely.
Thanks for diving deep with us.
You got it.
We'll see you next time.
So, yeah.